OTR. OTR. Enough said. Yeah. Off the rip. Cruising through the city with a new whip. I told her that she said she gon' need a tip.
What's up? This is Off the Rip with your boy Enough Said. Today we got a special little guest in the building. You know what I'm saying? Little king in the building. We're gonna have a little fun today, talk about a little bit about him, but I want to introduce him to you. Goes by the name of Maurice Fonson, the Grammy nominated, Billboard #1, all this great stuff.
Wow.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
It sounds funny when somebody else says it. Yeah, just, singer-songwriter. Been writing for about 10 years, 10, 11 years. Going into the artist side now. Always been an artist, started off as an artist. But I'm a singer-songwriter, vocal producer. And I just got a couple of things we working on, just trying to build the brand.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us a little bit, like, where you from?
Well, originally I was born in Chicago. Chi-Town, West Side.
That part.
Went to college in New Orleans. And after college, went to a HBCU. Got a shout out to HBCU,
That's
Xavier
right.
University. You know what I mean? XULA. After college,
You went to Xavier?
yes.
Oh, you was okay. You was okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
What's that mean?
Nah, look, I didn't been down that way a little bit.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
You start drinking at 18. It's
there
fun.
You have it. Nobody's drinking at 18.
Don't drink before
off the
18.
rip,
But
though.
we just saying
It happens in New Orleans.
In New
Orleans.
Orleans,
That's what they said. I
these
didn't
things
say
happen.
That part.
After college, I moved to New York to pursue the big bad dream of being a singer-songwriter. Everybody thought I was crazy. And then after living in New York for about 10 years, I moved here to Los Angeles.
What was the vibe like
ago.
in New York, like the music industry? Because out here, we know how it is out here. And we already know that, like, back in the day, especially 10 years ago, it was only two places you can get on. It's New York and LA.
New York and LA.
Yeah.
It was great. I loved it. I mean, it was just like, it's fun and just like everybody was there and it's just the city, no disrespect to LA, but it's just a different vibe. The city has its own.
No disrespect to LA. See, that means you was in New York for a minute, because I know some cats.
I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah, they always come at me with that, like. But with you in LA though, right now, you know what I'm saying? So they always be.
I'm
coming
in LA
inside.
because the work was in LA.
That part, okay.
So New York was amazing.
Like dope, but we ain't talking about
No. We talk about music, people. Music. No, but it was great. It was a lot of people that I was able to work with and connect with.
Yeah.
And it was an opportunity for me to not just grow as a writer, but grow as a human being, and therefore growing as a human being, having different experiences that translated into the art.
Yeah.
So it made the music more grittier. It made it more personal. It just made it more fun, and it just gave me more life to speak about in my music.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you're in New York, loving the vibe.
Love it.
How's the music? The music, like, what is the music that you were more into in the different sound?
I'll say this. I started off doing R&B.
Okay.
Just let's go back. When I was in college, I was in a band with some of my classmates, and
what was the name of the band?
I do not remember.
See,
Can't remember.
whoever
Sorry.
y'all fellas were.
Hosea, sorry, but all of them were from. I remember
cool
him.
with them, though?
I'm cool with Hosea,
Okay,
but
okay.
like I don't remember what the name of the group was. But I'll say this much: it was all like the influence of the group was like go-go. So it was like DC, because they were all from DC.
Oh,
I was the only one that was in the group that wasn't.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do R&B.
Yeah.
And they kind of Farrah and Latoya me out of the group, and I wanted to do something different. And so I started to write my own music, and I can't sit here and say that it was great, but you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I would, when I was in college, I would take secret trips up to New York and sing at the Village Underground on Sunday nights and just be in Harlem and working. So a lot of the stuff was R&B. So when I moved to New York, it was strictly R&B, and I wanted to be in that lane. But as I got older, I've always had an appreciation of all different types of genres.
Yeah.
But it shifted towards pop.
What was the first song you wrote?
Ooh, that did something, or like just first
the first one that sucked.
The first one that sucked. It was this song. I think it was like "Sucker for Me." It was like "Sucker for Me," and that's why I put it in my book, and it was like my little journal, and I wrote it, and I just like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is gonna be so dope, and this is like I'm it. Like you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you played it for the first person with
Oh, I mean, you know, people shook their heads like, oh, that's cool, that's nice, that's cute.
Can you look in the camera for me? Can you look in the camera for me?
That's cute.
And talk to our new writers out here, these young cats that really don't understand how this thing is not just like for play. This camera right here, look at this, not for play. That you really gotta like develop that craft.
You gotta really hone in, y'all.
Or
y'all have to like.
For me.
No, don't say that.
No,
I mean, you know, listen. Don't let nobody tell you that your stuff is not amazing in the beginning, because you're gonna have to be your biggest cheerleader.
Absolutely.
All the time.
But they need to understand it's work.
It's a lot of work.
All right, so
it's a lot of work.
So then so now we out of New York, we in California, and when you get out here, like what's the situation like out here musically?
Well, I was coming back and forth between Los Angeles and California since 2011. There was like a shift. Like all the writers and producers left Atlanta and New York and Miami, and everybody. This was 2011.
Okay.
Like 2011. So I was like traveling back and forth. So this was after my Grammy nomination.
Okay.
So my Grammy nomination was in 2009.
Okay, we're gonna get to that, but I wanna.
And when I came out here, it was just it was different.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say. Like it was different. It was a different beast.
Out
it
here.
was different, and I think that a part of me felt like felt surprisingly to say, people think New York is cutthroat. It is cutthroat, but like me being a Midwestern guy who went to college in the South, I'm more hospitable to people. Yeah. And it's not that vibe here always in Los Angeles.
Nah, especially not here.
Not at all.
It's
not
more
at all.
Shadiness.
A lot.
Than cutthroat.
Some of the issues that I've had in my career did not happen until I started coming here to Los Angeles. So that says a lot.
Well, I think the thing with LA is that you're getting all these different types of people with all these different mentalities, and this is like a big pot of gumbo. But like, you know, you can't eat everybody's gumbo. Like,
right?
I've only had in my whole life, like maybe 2 different people's gumbo. My grandmama's and her best friend, right? And then I had like the fake gumbo at like the restaurants. You know what I'm saying? That's that fake stuff. So outside of that, you know what I'm saying? That's what LA is like. So you're not gonna get everything. It's weird.
That's true, but can I curse? Can I curse?
We're not really. You know, we're not. I got church folk watching. So
sometimes you gotta be real. Listen,
go ahead.
Sometimes it does not mean that when you get off the plane. That does not mean you get off the plane in LA and you get a manual to be everybody to be an asshole in Los Angeles. Like that's like how to be an asshole in the music industry in LA.
That's exactly what
I feel like that's the pamphlet that was given out when everybody got off the plane. Sorry.
That's pretty much. So okay. So
I said what I said. I said what I said.
So tell me about some of your musical influences since you've been in this game and being out here.
Oh man, like there's been so many. You know, I grew up in the era of like, you know, Usher and like, you know, Brandy and Monica. Shout out to Brandy and Monica. Best verses done. Yeah. You know, Aaliyah and just all that sound. You know what I mean? That like late 90s. Yeah. Early 2000, Alicia Keys, that sound, you know what I mean? So those are my influences. And as a writer, you know, one of the biggest influences I've had as a writer, as a vocal producer, is I absolutely love, those are my fathers, they don't know it, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Oh, them the OGs.
OGs.
The OGs.
They are the best to ever do it.
Yeah, my boys Avila, they work with them.
Bobby and IZ. Yes,
from the IE, represent the IE in the building for sure.
Yes. Yeah. They have literally been the blueprint to what I want to be in my life as a career songwriter. Yeah. So their music is definitely like highly influenced on my sound as a writer and as an artist.
So how has that influenced the new single? Kiss the Sky?
So
how'd you get to this space where you're writing like this?
So actually, fun fact, I was just talking about this with somebody. This particular single was not written by me.
Oh.
I co-produced the song with Keo and Fonson, but the song was actually written by Sean Stockton of Boyz II Men. Yeah.
Okay, out here pulling rank. All that clout.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
It spoke to me, and it's just, it has a very ethereal sound, and it's just very cerebral, and it just makes you just like rock back and forth and feel like you're in love, and I knew I had to make that my first single.
Yeah. I mean, you got the voice.
Those are OGs. Trying to do all those like layers and stacks of like vocals, it had to sound a certain way because I had to do the song justice.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Has he been able to hear it?
It was sent to him.
Sent to him. Yeah.
We'll see.
Industry stuff. All right. So tell us what
That was you, not me. That was definitely all him.
Wait, I just felt like that moment right there was that moment on Versus where Monica was.
So I was Brandon, you was Monica.
Wait. They asked about the little Usher situation, and I was like, "Oh, Monica."
Oh yeah. Like we asked him, but he said no. That was you though. You said that.
Man, shout out to Monica again.
Shout out to Monica, but Sean, he said that, not me.
I mean,
you're a legend.
I'm just
Penn is legend.
You are, yes. I got all y'all albums back in the day and everything. Anyway,
okay.
Follow up EP.
Yes. So Kiss the Sky is the first single off the EP. The EP is called The X Files.
Okay.
So kind of like a play on words.
Yeah.
It's supposed. You know what? I did this in an interview before, where I gave the date and then it got pushed back. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm gonna say?
Come on, Kanye.
What I'm gonna say?
Give us the date.
No. Okay. I'm gonna say, people, that the EP is slated to come out in late October, early November.
All right.
It has to be turned in actually
the EP
2 nights.
Coming out in the winter.
Right.
Sometime.
Fall,
winter.
Yes.
My bad. The EP's coming out in the fall, winter.
Yes. It's coming.
It's coming out.
It's done. It's done.
The EP is coming out during the pandemic. Let's just do that. Okay.
But it's done.
So
it's done.
Kanye West Day.
No. I was just having.
Have you been on Twitter yet? Because now you gotta have a Twitter rant before.
So
you
what I
drop it
said.
out. Okay.
What I said. No. It's done. No Twitter rants. No, we not. We don't have to do that. It's coming out late October, early November.
Okay. So it's
I literally
coming out in the winter.
It's right. I literally just turned it into my distributor tonight.
Okay.
So it is finished.
Okay. So
it was playing as you guys were coming in and setting up.
So it's coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a little rumor going on around that the EP that we're about to get was not the original EP. Tell us about that. Okay.
True. So the original project was called Dimensions.
Okay.
And I actually, it was a project that I worked on for 3 years.
Okay, because I think we talked about that.
Yes, we have.
A long time
ago. I started it. Actually, let me take that back. It took 5 years. I started it when I moved here.
Okay.
And I stopped because I was launching my own company and I had another artist that I was developing. I think you remember that. We don't need to talk about that. That we do not speak which of. Her.
That's
her.
Artist.
No, her name is not her. It's another.
Yeah.
We don't speak of her.
Artist formerly known.
Yeah, whoever this girl is.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna talk about her. Yeah. But as we sidetrack in life, sometimes we forget our priorities and what's important, and we kind of delve away to the core of who we are, and we push away from that. So as I was coming back and kind of getting myself together, I finished the project, but you go through life and you change, and you got different experiences, and you want to talk about different shit. And so at the end of the day, the last year, I was done with it, and there's this completion of this project that had like 35 songs, and it was just like, oh, this is an amazing body of work, and there's some songs that I'm definitely going to keep, but my year from last year coming into this year drastically changed, and I was going through some healing from the last 2 exes, and so Yeah, man.
Ooh, I got some songs by some exes.
Listen, so what I was gonna do, this funny thing is the songs were supposed to be titled each ex, you know, but I was like, that might be
I got
too
an
much.
ex, her name is Holissa.
Ho.
I got a song for her too.
Ho.
Yes.
Just ho.
Look. What I do, I put prefixes on people based on their characters when I left them.
You know what? Okay.
Right.
Nicknames.
That's for y'all. Y'all can use that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If she was fraudulent, you know what I'm saying? She might be fraudulent Frida.
But you
know what I'm saying? You just never know.
But you know what you got? But you know what? We can't have a Drake situation. Remember when his ex sued him because he called out on the record?
That's right.
Right.
That's
so
right.
I didn't want to do that.
I don't have Drake money yet.
None of us do.
You know what I'm saying? So,
none of us do.
Sue me.
No, none of us do. So we had to change that.
Okay.
And
that could be a problem.
that could be a problem. But the story of the EP is basically it opens, actually the opening part of the EP opens with a prayer. And it's like, I think I say on the intro, it's like, forgive them, Father, for what they've done to me and for what I'm about to do. So.
I got a lyric in the song. It's aggressive, though. It's not a prayer.
I
actually follow it with like, Grandmama, pray for me.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I put it. I think, I said something crazy. Yeah.
No, it's no, but it's like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I take full accountability for the things I did wrong and for the things they did wrong. Okay. So it's a journey of self-exploration into relationships, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
So the first project no longer represents where you are now.
Not at all.
This new project that we have now.
Not at all.
Puts us in the space that you're in right now.
Right now.
That's good. That's good.
Actually, before the pandemic, I finished this entire EP in the pandemic.
Okay.
So there was like a couple ideas that I had in my head coming out of 2019 into 2020. But the last in-person session that I had in March with this producer by the name of Sam Barsh and this lawyer, his name is Brent. I'm sorry, I'm having a brain freeze on there. I can't think of his last name. But we were just shooting the shit and talking about like past relationships. And he was like, yo, you owe it to yourself after 11 years of dealing with one of the ex, because that's how long one of the relationship was. You owe it to yourself to lean in to talk about it.
Yeah, you was married. Let's move on. I almost got depressed for California. You got to go to court to split some stuff up.
You know what it was? You know what it is? It was a relationship that like I kept it right, but it did feel like that sometimes. Like around year number 6. Nah, man, not at all.
You gotta go to court over
that
stuff
dog
after that.
That dog would have.
Man,
it would have been torn apart because who we gonna go with? 11 years, one ex, off and on. You definitely gonna go through some shit.
What's the song you were playing? That's
cool.
All right, so that's it.
And that's exactly about that ex.
That's that. Oh, see.
Come on now.
Look at God.
Won't he do it?
I think
you there. But but it's like it's a healing.
Yeah.
That record. Somebody. One of your team members actually liked that song as we was playing it, and it spoke to her because it's a feeling, it's a thing that we've all gone through.
I feel like I want to stay in this moment for a little bit. I'm gonna peek over at my producer and see because sometimes folk put you in that space.
Yes.
Where you like come on, they make you. There's something about them that you really like.
Yep.
But they're not good for you.
They're not good
for your space.
They're not good for your soul, your sanity.
And you just gotta release them.
You have to finally release them.
Yeah.
Because you can say it's over,
and it ain't over
but it ain't over.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Right?
On that note. So,
right, you say it's over, but it's not over.
It's not really over.
It's not really over.
Kind of like, oh, okay, you preach. So,
but this song, you realizing like, damn, like you have this grip on me.
Yeah.
I can't help but lose my cool when I'm around you.
My cutoff game is straight now, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So the other projects that you work on, tell us about.
Are you sure? I'm sorry, y'all. That's an inside joke. Sorry. He needs this EP. This gonna be his healing.
Oh, I'm a rock with this. Yeah. So you're working on other projects?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us about other projects.
I feel like so coming out of this EP, I'm just been so creative, right? So I'm actually ready to work on the next one.
Okay.
So I'm actually the week after this EP comes out, I go to Utah to work with this producer by the name of Ray Real. I think
I know Ray.
You know Ray.
Ray is in Utah?
He's in Utah.
What are you doing in Utah, Ray?
He's living his life.
I didn't know he was out there.
He needed a break.
That's
and it's peace.
I bet.
It's no LA BS.
Yeah, Ray is a beast.
Ray is a beast.
Shout
so
out
Ray Real,
all his hit
amazing.
records out here that y'all don't be giving him love for.
Flawless for Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. Trophies for Drake.
That's Ray Real.
So Ray and I have known each other for about 4 years, and I told him I need him on this next thing.
That's
so he's coming in on that. So I'm starting to work on the next project already, and I want to put it out by summer of next year. So hopefully we can.
Yeah, I love that dude. That dude's hard. He represents the IE too.
Yeah, Ray's got some. It's like just some of the initial production that I've heard is just like crazy. So we working on that. Also, I figured that I'm trying to build the brand of Maurice, and Maurice is a songwriter. He's a storyteller. I'm a songwriter, vocal producer, but I'm really a storyteller, and that can be in the form of media. So I actually wanted to eventually go into television and film later on in my career, but I was like, you know what? In this pandemic, we ain't got nothing but time. So I created a web series. It's called Boxed In.
One of my favorite web series right now.
Thank you very much. And there's a little surprise that's coming. I don't want to give it away yet, but we are moving to another platform. We're on YouTube right now. So check it out, Boxed In, the series. But it's about 5 friends, and the entire cast is black. Yeah. So we got all different shades of black. It is. So it's like everybody feels represented, and it's 3 guys, 2 girls, and even though they're quarantined, that doesn't mean their life stops. So I'm serving as the executive producer and the writer, and my company SCG is doing the music supervision for the web series.
Dope. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all check that out. I love it. It's super creative. It fits the moment that we're in right now, and it actually can go beyond the moment. It's just right. So yeah, Boxed In. Y'all check that out.
Please do.
Also, tell me about the Billboard. The number one Billboard.
Yes. So last year, I went on. Well, I didn't go on it. I'm sorry. A friend of mine, she went on the NBC show Songland. It was season 1, and we wrote this song together a couple years ago. That was literally just sitting on our hard drives, and it was a ballad, and it was a power ballad, and we knew that it was for singers, like singers. There's not a lot of singers out now. So she wanted to go onto the show, and she hit me up and she said, hey, let's use this song. I was like, cool. So she went on the show. It aired, they taped last spring, but it aired in August of last year. The song is called Solo Quiero. So our producer for that episode was Ryan Tedder. And shout out to Ryan Tedder. He's amazing. He pulled the record apart, put it back together, and he turned an R&B record into a Latin pop record. And Leona loved it, and it spoke. I didn't know her father was Guyanese, so it spoke to her Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latina roots. And she picked the record, and I was just happy to get the placement, because you know how this game is. It's like just to get the placement. And you don't know when you're gonna get the next one. So it was a blessing just for it to come out. But then 2 weeks later, after it came out, what they did was they catered to the Latin American audience by throwing on Kali and Dandy, who are artists in themselves, but they wrote Despacito. They co-wrote Despacito, and then this other artist by the name of Juan Magallan. And so that brought in the Latin American. It fit just right. And so all 3 of their fan bases, Leona, Kali and Dandy, Juan, made the record go #1 on all the Latin Billboard charts 2 weeks after it came out.
That's a blessing right there.
Yeah, man. So I can say I'm a Billboard songwriter, a Billboard number one.
Not a lot of songwriters.
A lot of people can say that.
That's what's up.
And I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Because it was last year was a difficult year, so to have that happen towards the end of the year, it was like the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? And it's definitely a testament to staying in the zone and staying prayed up. That part. And not giving up. Don't ever give up on any of your records. You know what I mean? Believe in them. Ryan Tedder believed in it. And I appreciate Ryan and Esther Dean and Shane Galley. Like, they all believed in our work. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, I'm going to pop my collar a little bit because we are the only record from season 1 of MEC Songland to actually have charted number 1 on any Billboard chart.
There it is. So that kind of like sums up the whole journey.
Yes.
All the way from New Orleans and college, and back from Chi to New Orleans to New York to Cali. And so that look, man, most people don't even get to have that type of journey and get to a space where they can say, hey, I have a number 1 Billboard record. So congrats, we love all that. So we about to jump into this next segment.
All
and
right.
I think you're gonna like this segment.
Okay.
You talked a little bit about some industry experiences that you had. And so one of the experiences we want to know is about a spicy experience, something that got you spicy, got you hot, got up under your skin. And this segment is brought to you by one of our sponsors, Your Destiny Essentials, where no matter who you are or what you do, be essentially you. So we want to know who makes you have to be essentially you and gets up under your skin.
Who like pushes my buttons.
That part right there. Or what? Like something, a situation or whatever.
Well, we know some of the same people. So this industry is very small.
Absolutely.
So I will not say this on camera.
No names.
But I'll say that I'll tell a little quick story. I was in a writing camp for Rihanna years ago. And it was for the Unapologetic album. And I'm not going to say his name because there's a chance he might see this, but I don't care. He needs to know. He was a writer who had just come off of it was like 2 weeks before the writing camp, Frank Ocean's Channel Orange album had just dropped. And so he wrote on that album, and that album was number 1. Everything was amazing.
A black male songwriter with a beard of any sort?
And wears glasses?
Okay. Keep going.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about. I know exactly who I can't say the name because that's his name. So, he came in there cocky that weekend into the writing camp. So you can tell him nothing because he just came off this huge album, did this thing. Yeah. And so we were in this camp, and it's funny because Def Jam, the way Def Jam set up the camp, it was almost like on some American Idol shit. Like, there was so many songwriters, and there was an A&R in the day and the night. Listen to the records that was done in the day and the night, and then if you weren't dope enough, you weren't asked to come back the next day. So I made it to the end, but in that particular session with him, he felt, we wrote the song together, it was me, him, and this girl, and when we were done, he felt the need to say into the room that, when we were doing the split sheets, that he wrote like 40% of the record. And I was just like,
spicy.
What? Excuse me?
40%?
40%. That's not how it went down. It was all even in the room. Wow. And I just looked at him. The girl, she didn't say shit. Like, she just didn't say anything. She kind of shrunk down in the couch. But I wanted to stand up for her and for me. And I was like, just because you Mr. Hot Shit and you come off this album, that doesn't entitle you to feel like you're going to come in this room and bogart other people's publishing. 40%. He did not write 40% of the record. And I stood up for myself and for her, let it be known. Yeah. And then I was labeled difficult. You know what I mean? Because I'm the difficult songwriter and I don't know how to play with the room. Because I didn't want to
give you 40%.
That wasn't going to happen. So I'll be difficult from the right for my publishing. You know what I mean? And I will be difficult to anybody who needs to be difficult too, to fight for what is mine. Because I'm out here just like everybody else trying to get these hits. And I just need to be respected. You know what I mean? I respect you, so I respect the same in return. Give and take. So that's what gets me spicy. Mother was trying to take my publishing and try to bogart me off of the record.
On the publishing, we can't do that.
That's not happening.
So, okay.
That's
all right.
one of the things.
Okay.
There's
We
so many.
appreciate. Yeah.
But I'm nice, guys. I'm really nice. I just,
Well, I think today they got to find out exactly who Maurice
Yes.
is, and
Yes.
we appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank
and
you
just
very
sharing
much.
Your whole story. Like, I feel it's important for people to know where people come from, the music you listen to, like to know how it came to that point. So
Absolutely.
before we get up out of here, I want you to just tell us a little bit about where we can find you on all your social media handles and all that.
Okay.
And,
Well, all my social media handles are Maurice Fonson, MauriceFonson, on Twitter, on TikTok. While we still have TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And the single is out now, Kiss the Sky, and the EP is called The X-Files, and it's coming to you at the end of October, early November.
and Boxed In.
And Boxed In, the series is on YouTube right now. Check it out. It's amazing.
All right. Well, thank you for show. It's your boy Enough Said on Off the Rip with our special guest, Maurice Fonson. Yes, sir. Got the name right and all that.
Spelled it right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure y'all check our Instagram, our YouTube. It's the official Off the Rip. You can hit the link and find out exactly how you can catch this episode and other episodes as many times and subscribe. What's up?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, for sure.
I just want to say I appreciate you guys doing this today. I appreciate what you're doing. I love the platform. I love what you're creating.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
So, you know what I'm saying? This is what we
Off
do
the
here
rip.
on Off the Rip. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's do it.
See how everything done changed since I just entered your life. Now you talking about your pains and you surviving your strife. We just chillin', ain't no thing until the end of